Hey guys, this is Moinul, co-founder and CEO of Aurascape. Um, in this session, I'm going to talk about Auri. Auri, let me just draw it out. So what is Auri? It's a natural language-based query interface we have built to simplify your SOC operations. So let's talk about customer problem statement. In one of my previous lives, when I used to work for this other company, I remember the CISO one day, I was actually visiting the customer. They're one of the biggest IT services company in the world. And when I was visiting them, the CISO actually took me to one of the rooms, and I see 25 bright young people sitting there, glued to their screen. And the CISO asked me, "Do you know what they're doing?" And I'm like, "No, I have no idea." And the CISO said, "Our security tools today generate about 1 million alerts every single day. And these people are going through these 1 million alerts every single day. And they're trying to figure out if this is an alert that they should pay attention to." So it was mind-boggling. Now, they're actually in overseas, so hiring 24 people just going through their alerts, economically it made probably sense for them, but it really doesn't work for other countries, and especially North America or Europe and so on and so forth. So this is a problem that every one of you are aware of. SOC team, the DLP team, everybody is just tired of number of alerts that they get from their different type of security tools, and most of the time it's so much noise that they're not even paying attention to, and that's a significant risk for the organization. So what we did is we built Auri. Once again, it's a natural language-based query interface. It was designed for any user persona in your organization. So in other words, you do not have to be a technical geek to log into one of your security tools and look at dashboards and pie charts and donut charts and all these fancy Excel looking spreadsheets. It was designed with a natural language interface. That means any user persona in your organization should be able to leverage it. Imagine your CIO has to go to a board meeting in 2 hours. And all of a sudden he wakes up and he hears about this new AI tool called DeepSeek taking over the world. And he knows nothing about DeepSeek. Like, how are there any usage in my organization? Who are using them? And for this particular case, the way Auri will help is, the CIO doesn't need to call his CISO or 10 people in his network security team to find out what's going on with DeepSeek. Even a persona like CIO should be able to log in, fire off all kinds of questions that he has in his head, and we'll get the precise answer from Auri. And that's really the goal for Auri, is that you can roll this out to any user persona in your organization, and they should be able to figure out. Imagine you have a VP of engineering, and he only cares about how his engineers are using AI tools. Same thing, log in, don't worry about pie chart, donut chart, Excel spreadsheet, just fire off some questions with natural language, you will get the answer. Imagine your HR is trying to figure out what kind of serious violations you have in your company, and she or he doesn't need to be a technical user. Again, natural language, ask questions, ask any questions about your utilization, and Auri should be able to answer that question. So let me kind of show you how it actually works. So, Aurascape is, our inspection engine is in the cloud. You probably all know this. And our incident management tool here is Auri. Essentially, Auri is an MCP client. And this is our own MCP client that we have built. So it is an MCP client. Essentially, this MCP client is talking to our own MCP server, okay? And then at the same time, it is talking to an LLM, in our case, today we are using Anthropic. Okay. So the way it works is, as a user, when I ask a question, our MCP client, in this case Auri, will talk to the MCP server. MCP server will publish a tool list, and then Auri will then publish that tool list to the LLM, Anthropic, and LLM will say, for this particular question, go use this tool list and go back to the MCP server. And then essentially MCP server is looking at all your traffic logs, right? Essentially, all your events. And based on the question, the MCP server, should be able to answer that question. So again, if you look at our backend technology stack, we build our own MCP client and own MCP server. And from LLM perspective, we are using Anthropic, and it's a basically client server communication using MCP protocol, and that's how we are stitching all of this together. But again, the outcome is very simple: a natural language-based query interface for all your users' persona to simplify your SOC operations and DLP operations as and when you are consuming more and more AI tools. Thank you.